What is up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, coming back at you tonight to continue our lake breakdown series of Lake Lanier. If you've missed all of the other lake breakdowns we've done, just go out and check out our playlist out on Simplistic Fishing. You'll see several videos that we've done for Lake Lanier. We've done all the Google Earth stuff, so you've seen all the satellite imagery stuff that we found out there, hard spots, brush piles, rocky areas, all that good stuff. We already marked all that, and now we're actually moved over into, I think this is our third or fourth video now on offshore hotspots. So we're using the Navyx mobile app to look at the contours in the lake and point out to you high percentage areas where you're likely to find some fish. So that's what we're going to continue to do tonight. We're on the midsection of Lanier. Like I said, we already covered this south section down here. We've already covered this whole section in a different video, and now we're up here in the midsection. And last time we talked, we actually started right down here and worked our way all the way up this east side, all the way up to the bridge up here. And then we worked our way back down to here, and we stopped right where that little anchor is. So tonight, that's what we have to cover. We got to start where that little anchor is right there and move our way back to the west side until we get all the way back down to the bottom. So let's go ahead and check this out. But before we jump in, just a friendly reminder, you can always go out to simplisticfishing.com, pick up your SD card, have all these waypoints right there for you on the graph. You can also get the digital files, which is basically just a link that we send you. You can do all your studying on Google Earth and all that jazz, but you can also take those files, copy them to an SD card, and import them into your graph that way if you don't want to wait for the shipping. And then last but not least, we just launched the Simplistic Fishing mobile app. This lake is on there as well. It is really cool. 3-day free trial, has all these waypoints on there, but allows you to save favorites, add favorites, filter waypoints. So say you just wanted the hard spots, you could just go look at hard spots or attractors. It's pretty much all the stuff you would normally do like within Google Earth, but now you can do it on your phone while you're on the lake and actually have a GPS locator that shows you where you are. So pretty cool stuff. Go check it out. 3-day free trial out on the App Store, out on Google Play. All right, enough of that promotion stuff. You guys ready to jump into this? Let's go. So let's move this up here and let's see what we find. So this is where we're going to start at. And again, we're going to work our way to the west. The cool thing about this is I can zoom in pretty good here and cover multiple spots. So we already talked about this spot over here, right? That nice little point with really good breaks. This is another good point with a good flat top with some really deep water around it. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so it looks a little bit better. And then we've also got these two areas over here. And I noticed someone put a little community fish icon there. So there could be a brush pile there or something like that. But if you just look at where it's at, it looks like it's in a pretty good place. I'm going to put it right in between these 2 points. So these things look really cool. I would definitely go up here and look around this. They've got nice flat tops on. This one's got a really good break. Plus it's got this little gap between it. It just looks really cool. Looks like a place you could probably find some fish. All right, let's go out here out to the tip of this point and just talk about a few things here. You've heard me talk about it a lot on the last video and probably every other video I've ever done of a breakdown. But anytime you can find these spots where it's really, really deep and then it tapers off into a shallower spot, that area where it tapers, so it would be right in here, see where it's really, really deep and then it tapers into the shallow stuff, that area right in there where it just starts to come off the deepness and go into the shallower water, those are really good spots to fish. I've had a lot of success there. So you'd want to check here, but while you're out here, also come out here and look here. It's like 14 foot and then a really good break. You got the same type thing going on out here as well. So you're really going to want to scan around that entire area of that point. You've got another good areas out here, some really flat tops that are coming out with some really good breaks. You got another one right here and another one right there in that area. Let's move on up away from this point, see what else is up here. As we're moving on up and kind of taking a look at some of these points, you can see they're all very, the ones that I mark are pretty similar, right? I'm looking for those flatter tops that have really good breaks. You've got one right here. This is a nice extended point right here. You got a little bit of a rounded point here, but it's got a nice flat top on it. Plus, it's got a little fishing icon, which means that someone's probably caught some kind of fish there, or there could be a brush pile there too. So you're gonna wanna check that one out. This one looks awesome. Love the ones that set up like that. This is like a little hump or almost an underwater island that's out kind of pretty far out into the water, but the top of it's really not that bad. It's only 25 something foot at the top of it. So would definitely be worth checking out. Now I'm gonna zoom back here so I can show you guys where I'm at. I'm right up in here, Cherokee Hills area. As I zoom into here, you're gonna see lots of cool stuff, right? We got this little hump that we talked about just a minute ago. There's also a roadbed right here. If you go out inside that roadbed, you can also see that point right there. That looks pretty juicy. Look at the contours here. That's a major break between these 2 points. There's almost like a nice little channel that goes to here. Nice good like pinch point. You've got a good flat area over here on the other side of the island too. Just some really good looking stuff here, and then a really good looking point that's right there. Now we zoom on over here. We'll keep moving up. This long extended flat point, yeah, looks good. Same type thing here. You got a couple of these here. You could check this one out. I don't know why I didn't mark that one, but I marked this one. This one's a little bit shallower. That one's 16 foot. But if this one's good, you may want to come over and check this one out as well. All right, I don't think I parked anything in the back of that. So let's move over here and see what else we find. We're getting really close to that bridge now, but we got really good point here with good breaks, right? Probably a hard spot as well. You got a really good one here too. Look at this one, comes out and has really sharp breaks all around it. So really like that one. All right, let's pull this back, show you where I'm at. I'm all the way up here at the bridge now, and I'm just gonna work my way back down this west side until we get down to the bottom. All right, so let's go back up the bridge. Let's see what we find up here. Some juicy stuff, right? Same thing, really good point here, flat top. Rounded point with good breaks. Come down here. We've got some pretty good humps that are out here, pretty much like underwater islands, but two really good ones here that you'd want to check out. Move on down this left side. We've got another good area here. It's got some really good breaks. Look at this thing. Let's look at see what it is on top. 15 foot right there. 49 foot right there. So you definitely got something going on there you're going to want to take a look at. And then check out this dock. This dock's right on like a really good, like really deep, steep like bank line. So I really liked where that dock was sitting at. All right, let's move on up. We've got these this island that's out here, right? Just the tip of the island. You know, I just pick it because it's an island and it's got a round point. It's pretty steep. I like all of it. And then of course here's that flat top with that bend that I'm always talking to you guys about. Same thing here, both of those points. And then we move down. Let's take a look at this right here. I'll show you guys where I'm at again. I'm right here now. So if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm right in there. I'm gonna keep my pointer on there so I don't lose track of where I'm at, and I'm already getting lost. We're gonna come in here. We got this point here, I like it. Like nice hook, nice flat top, really good flats that are out here. You could take a look at another hump that's out here, a good point. As I move this further over, we already talked about this big hump that's out here, but just some really good humps. Like once the humps start coming on, probably May time frame, that's going to be a really good deal to fish. You have plenty of them to fish out here for sure. Looks like there's also even another hump over here that I missed that we could have marked. So let's keep going down, see what else we find in here. We're over here off Keith's Bridges Island. So you see where I marked the front of the island. That's mainly just looking where the river channel is and everything. The front of the island's got to be pretty good. But let's stay on this side and then I'll come back over to that one. We talked about those two humps. Let's just talk about these two right in here really quick. So here again, we've got like an underwater flat that's coming out with some really good breaks. And then over here, you've got a really nice point with some really good breaks. And then while you're fishing here, you may want to swing over and see if there's anything around this roadbed right in there. All right. Let's move this over. Let's get back out here into the main lake and let's see what the lake has in store for us out here. Really good stuff right here, right? Really sharp breaks off that nice point. Plus you got this side you could check out too. Same thing, really good breaks here. You've got good points that are out here off both of these. Really shallow top here, only 8 foot off the top of that one. Really good breaks around it. Really good breaks here too. Same thing here, a little bit of a flat top, and then this is where you start seeing your breaks. Then we're going to move on back. We're going to look right in here. So as we're looking in here, next up we got this point here, 17 foot on top, not too bad, but definitely something you want to look at with that flat top. And then out here you just kind of got this underwater humps and things like that going on. You got one here, you got another one right in here you might want to look at, a shallower one up here that's really where the point kind of started. You may even want to come out here because this is probably a creek channel right here. You can see the dotted lines and the top of that hump. Let's see what the top of that hump is. It's only 27 foot. So I mean, if the lake's down 10 foot or 5 foot, or maybe not even down at all, you may want to go out there and look at that, because I completely missed marking that. Probably should have marked that one just based on the fact that that's a creek channel swing and a nice hump that's out there. So if you're watching that video, you get a little bonus spot. Let's go on out here. This point looks good. You can see here too, some people have put some stuff out here. So it's probably a fish attractor or something like that that's out there getting their attention. And then when we come up in here to this little arm up here, we see a couple more little juicy spots. Nice little flat top point that's out here with some good breaks. We got some more breaks that are out here. We've got a hump here. Again, another one of those points here. We've got where I talked to you about where it goes flat and is really, really sharp. This is another one of those areas right in here. You've also got a saddle that's right here. You've got this point. You could really check out this whole thing up here. I put the marker there because it's coming off this really steep incline. So, again, those areas, but you're going to want to look at this whole area right in here. Then as we get back up in here, nice little secondary points. Another one here looks like it might have a potential ledge. Same for this one. And this one too looks like it's 12 foot here and it's probably 40 foot somewhere right in there. All right, let's keep going down. See what else we can find. Another hump, right? We talked about that one. This one looks good. This is a big flat area, but you're gonna want to look just where those breaks are, right? So that first break's gonna be right in there. Same type thing here. Another good flat point down in there to take a look at. Moving on over here, let's take a look at this one. This one's interesting. So this one is probably one of those that it doesn't really pop like some of these other ones do. Some of these other ones is just so big of a flat area, you completely get it. But on this one, it doesn't stand out that much. But if you look, you got a tapering point and then it gets to this shallow flat area. It's only about 17 foot. And then you have your major breaks again. So maybe checking out right in here might be worth your time. Then we're gonna move on over. We got these points again, right? Saddle, breaks, saddle between the two islands only at 10 foot. And you got some really nice breaks around it. You also have a road bed that's out here on this side of the island, the two islands that are there. Really good points here, flat points with steep drop-offs. Long extended point over here. What else did we miss? Did we miss anything back in here? I don't think we did, but if we did, I think I covered these, but rounded point. And then another good little point here that has a nice little break. All right, let's go out here towards the bridge. We talked about that long extended one. This, again, just really picking this because it's a point and it's really close to that river channel, right? So typically you can find something in that area. I could see brush or debris or something like that getting put there. Plus, there's a really sharp break right in that area. Is that it? I think that is. That covers us for the midsection. So we actually completed that thing in record time. We're like 13 minutes into it. We're already done with the midsection. So next time I come back, we're going to go up here to this bridge area or past this bridge. Can't remember, always forget the highway. I think it's 47, but I might be wrong. But we're going to go up to this northeast side and check that out from an offshore standpoint. Once we get that done, we're going to slide over here to this northwest side and we're going to do the same thing, and that will actually finish us up for Lake Lanier. So just a friendly reminder again, go out to our website, simplisticfishing.com. We have all these waypoints available to you to download and to put on your graph, or we can send you the SD card and you can insert and import it that way. And last but not least, you can always go out to the App Store, Apple App Store, or Google Play and pick up the Simplistic Fishing app. It's got a 3-day free trial, so go check it out. And until next time, I hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.